Welcome to InspiredScripture.com, where we break down the key lessons of every chapter in the Bible to make them relevant to you. In this video, we'll be talking about Job chapter 30, which we've titled, In Answer to Job's Complaints, 7 Things That Jesus Offers During Your Trials. Let's break it down. Lesson 1, Comfort. Job said, "Those who are younger than me mock me." He was mocked and hated by everyone around him. What do we do when we feel mocked and hated and we can turn to anyone? 2 Corinthians 7:6, that God tells us that he is the God who comforts the discouraged. When you feel discouraged, you can turn to God as well. Lesson 2, encouragement. Job was not only hated by people around him, they would push him and spit on his face. He was loathed and detested by everyone around him. They assumed he had some kind of communicable disease and that he was a horrible sinner being punished by God. He had no friends anywhere. What do we do when we're in that circumstance? We're told in 1 Corinthians 1:5 that just as the sufferings of Christ are our abundance, so also our comfort is abundant through Christ, meaning that any time that you are in need of encouragement or need to be strengthened, you can turn to Jesus and find that. Lesson 3, sovereignty. Job said he, meaning God, has thrown me into the mire, and he said that my soul is poured out. And here Job was sadly mistaken. He saw God as the instrument of his terror in his life, when in fact it was Satan. We need to trust that when everything seems to be going wrong in our life, God is still in control. He is sovereign, and everything that he does has a plan for good. That promise is found in Romans 8:28. Lesson 4, answered prayer. Job said, "I cry out to you, but you do not answer me." And here we learn something really important, that Job has been praying to God throughout all of his trials, and as part of his trial, God is not responding. Now, the lesson here for us is that sometimes our response, or God's response to our prayer, is not going to be immediate. But we are to find encouragement and believe that our prayers do matter and will be heard. We are told in James 5:16 that the effective prayer of the righteous man can accomplish much. Lesson 5, hope. Job said to God, "You have become cruel to me. With the strength of your hand, you persecute me." Again, Job was here sadly misguided in assuming that God was the source of his torment. We are told in 2 Peter 3:9 that God does not want any to suffer. He is our hope when we are feeling hopelessness in our world around us. Lesson 6, justice. Job said, "Was my soul not grieved for the needy? When I expected good, evil came upon me." And here he was implying that God was unfair with him. We are to trust that God is fair and just. He will be just and fair, though, in his timing and not ours. Sometimes evil may temporarily prevail as part of God's ultimate long-term plan for good. Lesson 7, deliverance. At the end of this chapter, Job lamented. He said, "My days of misery confront me. I have become a brother to the jackal. My skin has turned black. My bones burn with fever." He was in utter agony, and no one was there to comfort him. When we feel hopelessness, we are under attack physically or by people around us, we can turn to God for deliverance. This is a promise that is made throughout the Bible. So these are the 7 key lessons. If you want to learn more, check out our website at InspiredScripture.com, and please like and subscribe. Thank you.